It is not unusual for a utility company to not know which primary phase is A, B, or C. The reason is that the phase sequence of a three-phase power system is arbitrary. This means that there is no inherent way to determine which phase is A, B, or C without referring to the system's grounding scheme or the wiring diagram for the transformer that is supplying the power. In the case of a 2400 volts primary line voltage, the phase sequence is typically determined by the transformer that is supplying the power. The transformer will have a nameplate that indicates the phase sequence of the secondary windings. This information can be used to determine the phase sequence of the primary windings. However, it is important to note that the phase sequence of a three-phase power system can change at any point in the system. This can happen due to a variety of reasons, such as a change in the wiring configuration or a fault in the system. For this reason, it is important to always verify the phase sequence of a three-phase power system before connecting any equipment. This can be done using a voltmeter or a phase tester. In the case of the project that is being described, it is important to make sure that the phase sequence of the power that is being supplied to the building matches the phase sequence of the equipment that is being installed. If the phase sequence is incorrect, it can cause the equipment to malfunction or even be damaged. When dealing with three-phase power systems, understanding phase sequence is crucial for proper operation of equipment. Phase sequence refers to the order in which the three phases of a three-phase system reach their peak voltage. The standard phase sequences are A, B, C, or A, C, B. Incorrect phase sequence can lead to various problems, including motor rotation in the wrong direction, equipment malfunction, and potential damage. Several methods exist to identify phase sequence in the field. Firstly, using a phase sequence indicator is a direct method. This device typically has three leads that connect to the three phases. It indicates the phase sequence, either A, B, C, or A, C, B through light or a display. Secondly, using a two-sequence indicator. These devices will indicate if the phase sequence is correct or not. The advantage is that it can easily be used to make sure different sources are in the same phase rotation. Thirdly, using a multimeter and a known voltage source. If a known voltage source is unavailable, another method involves using a multimeter to measure the voltage between phases. In a balanced three-phase system, the voltage between any two phases should be the same. However, the phase angle between these voltages will differ depending on the phase sequence. To use this method, measure the voltage between phase A and phase B, then measure the voltage between phase B and phase C. Compare the readings. If the voltage between A and B peaks before the voltage between B and C, the phase sequence is A, B, C. If the voltage between B and C peaks before the voltage between A and B, the phase sequence is A, C, B. Fourthly, using an oscilloscope. An oscilloscope provides a visual representation of the voltage waveforms of the three phases. By observing the waveforms, you can determine the order in which they reach their peak voltage, thus identifying the phase sequence. Fifthly, checking motor rotation. If you have a three-phase motor, you can use its direction of rotation to determine phase sequence. Connect the motor to the three phases and observe its rotation. If the motor rotates in the desired direction, the phase sequence is correct. If it rotates in the opposite direction, swap any two phases to correct the phase sequence. When working with three-phase systems, remember to follow safety precautions. Firstly, always energize the circuit before making any connections or measurements. Secondly, use appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses and insulated gloves. Thirdly, double-check all connections before re-energizing the circuit. Fourthly, if you're unsure about any aspect of working with three-phase systems, consult with a qualified electrician. Correcting phase sequence is crucial for the safe and efficient operation of three-phase equipment. Always verify phase sequence before connecting equipment, and use appropriate methods to identify and correct any discrepancies. It's worth delving into the specifics of three-phase power systems to fully grasp the significance of phase sequence. Three-phase power systems are widely used in industrial and commercial applications due to their efficiency and ability to deliver more power compared to single-phase systems. In a three-phase system, three alternating current voltages are generated, each with the same amplitude and frequency but separated by a phase angle of 120 degrees. These three phases are typically labeled A, B, and C. The phase sequence refers to the order in which these phases reach their peak positive voltage. The standard phase sequences are A, B, C, and A, C, B. As mentioned earlier, the correct phase sequence is essential for proper operation of three-phase equipment. For example, three-phase motors are designed to rotate in a specific direction based on the phase sequence. If the phase sequence is reversed, the motor will rotate in the opposite direction, which can damage the motor or the equipment it is driving. Similarly, other three-phase equipment, such as transformers and generators, are also sensitive to phase sequence. An incorrect phase sequence can lead to reduced efficiency, overheating, or even equipment failure. Utilities typically maintain a consistent phase sequence throughout the distribution system. However, there are situations where the phase sequence can be altered. For example, during maintenance or repairs, the utility may need to reconfigure the wiring, which can inadvertently change the phase sequence. Additionally, certain types of electrical equipment, such as phase converters, can also alter the phase sequence. Therefore, it is important to always verify the phase sequence before connecting any three-phase equipment, regardless of whether you are working on a new installation or an existing system. Several devices are available to verify phase sequence, including phase sequence indicators, multimeters, and oscilloscopes. Phase sequence indicators are specifically designed for this purpose and provide a clear indication of the phase sequence. Multimeters can be used to measure the voltage between phases and compare the phase angles. Oscilloscopes provide a visual representation of the voltage waveforms, allowing you to directly observe the phase sequence. In addition to verifying phase sequence, it is also important to ensure that the voltage and frequency of the three-phase system are within the specified limits. Overvoltage or undervoltage can damage equipment, while deviations in frequency can affect the performance of motors and other equipment. Therefore, it is recommended to use a power quality analyzer to monitor the voltage, frequency, and other parameters of the three-phase system. Power quality analyzers provide detailed information about the system's performance, allowing you to identify and address any potential problems. When working with three-phase systems, it is crucial to follow all applicable safety regulations and guidelines. Always to energize the circuit before making any connections or measurements. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses, insulated gloves, and arc flash protection. Double-check all connections before re-energizing the circuit. If you are unsure about any aspect of working with three-phase systems, consult with a qualified electrician. In summary, understanding phase sequence is essential for the safe and efficient operation of three-phase equipment. Always verify phase sequence before connecting equipment, and use appropriate methods to identify and correct any discrepancies. Follow all applicable safety regulations and guidelines to prevent accidents and injuries. To elaborate further on the practical implications of phase sequence in various applications, let's consider a few specific examples. In industrial settings, three-phase motors are commonly used to power pumps, fans, compressors, and other equipment. As mentioned earlier, the direction of rotation of a three-phase motor is determined by the phase sequence. If the phase sequence is reversed, the motor will rotate in the opposite direction, which can have serious consequences. For example, if a pump is rotating in the wrong direction, it may not be able to pump fluid effectively, which can lead to equipment damage or process disruptions. Similarly, if a fan is rotating in the wrong direction, it may not be able to provide adequate ventilation, which can lead to overheating or other problems. In commercial buildings, three-phase power is often used to supply air conditioning systems, elevators, and other large electrical loads. The correct phase sequence is essential for the proper operation of these systems. For example, if the phase sequence is reversed on an air conditioning system, the compressor may not operate efficiently, which can lead to increased energy consumption and reduced cooling capacity. Similarly, if the phase sequence is reversed on an elevator, it may not be able to travel in the correct direction, which can pose a safety hazard. In data centers, three-phase power is used to supply servers, storage devices, and other critical equipment. The correct phase sequence is essential for maintaining the reliability and availability of these systems. If the phase sequence is reversed, it can cause equipment to malfunction or even fail, which can lead to data loss or service interruptions. In renewable energy systems, such as solar and wind power plants, three-phase inverters are used to convert the direct current DC power generated by the solar panels or wind turbines into alternating current AC power that can be fed into the grid. The correct phase sequence is essential for synchronizing the inverter with the grid. If the phase sequence is reversed, it can cause the inverter to operate improperly, which can lead to grid instability or equipment damage. In addition to these specific examples, there are many other applications where phase sequence is critical. Therefore, it is important for electricians, engineers, and other professionals who work with three-phase power systems to have a thorough understanding of phase sequence and how to verify it. It's also beneficial to understand the transformer connections that can affect phase sequence. Transformers are used to step up or step down voltage levels in electrical power systems. The way a transformer is connected can affect the phase relationship between the primary and secondary windings. There are several common transformer connections, including delta-delta, delta-Y, Y-delta, and Y-Y. Each of these connections has a different phase shift between the primary and secondary windings. For example, a delta-Y transformer connection typically introduces a 30-degree phase shift between the primary and secondary voltages. This phase shift must be taken into account when connecting equipment to the transformer. If the phase shift is not properly accounted for, it can lead to incorrect phase sequence and equipment malfunction. To determine the phase shift of a transformer, you can refer to the transformer's nameplate or consult with the manufacturer. The nameplate typically indicates the transformer's vector group, which describes the phase relationship between the primary and secondary windings. Once you know the vector group, you can determine the phase shift using a table or chart. In addition to the transformer connection, the grounding scheme of the electrical system can also affect phase sequence. The grounding scheme provides a reference point for the voltage measurements and helps to ensure that the system is properly balanced. There are several common grounding schemes, including solidly grounded, impedance grounded, and ungrounded. Each of these grounding schemes has different characteristics and can affect the phase sequence. For example, in a solidly grounded system, the neutral point of the transformer is directly connected to ground. This provides a low impedance path for fault currents and helps to stabilize the voltage. However, it can also increase the risk of ground faults and equipment damage. In an impedance-grounded system, an impedance is inserted between the neutral point of the transformer and ground. This limits the fault current and reduces the risk of equipment damage. However, it can also make it more difficult to detect ground faults. In an ungrounded system, the neutral point of the transformer is not connected to ground. This eliminates the risk of ground faults, but it can also lead to voltage instability and equipment damage. To ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded and that the phase sequence is correct, it is important to follow the recommendations of the National Electrical Code (NEC) and other applicable standards. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems, as well as for the installation and maintenance of electrical equipment.